Sex with a Libra, sex with a Libra, sex with a Libra. I am a witch. What's up, YouTube? It's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And as you can tell by the title, this video is all about making love with the lovely Libra. Okay, so let's start off with the erogenous zone of Libra. The erogenous zone is the part of the body that stimulates a Libra sexually. Okay, so the erogenous zone for Libra is the lower back and the buttocks. Yes, that booty, that booty, that booty. Okay, so pinch the booty, rub the booty, pat the booty, touch the booty. It's all about the booty and the lower back. Okay, so when you're making love to a Libra, make sure that you put your hands on their lower back, caress their lower back. Also grab their booty when you're making out with them. Okay, Libras love this. Okay, and I'm also, this video is very relatable to me because I have a Libra moon, so some of this stuff does apply to me. Okay, but don't get too crazy. Okay, don't get too crazy. Okay, so how to attract a Libra to want to be your sexual partner? Well, the first thing will be to dress nice. Okay, like me. What's up? What's up? Dress nice. Okay, dress like you care about yourself. Okay, wear sophisticated clothing. Even if you don't have a lot of money, purchase clothes that may be cheap but look expensive. Okay, just look expensive. You don't have to be rich, but just look expensive. Like right now, this jacket was super cheap, right? I'm a thrift shopper. Okay, I only buy stuff that's usually on clearance or on sale because I'm cheap. Okay, I don't make all that kind of money, but I want to always look expensive because of my Libra moon. I always want to look expensive, right? And that's one way to attract a Libra to have sex with you. Also, have good manners, okay? Don't be too loud and too aggressive and you know, burping in, you know, Libra's face and farting, you know, like Libra's not really gonna wanna do anything with you if you don't have no type of class, if you acting nasty, if you know, acting a little, you know, what's the word? If you behave in a way that like you're like really promiscuous, Libras won't really be turned on by that. Libras are very charmed by grace. Okay, Libras really like grace and graceful people, you know, so Libra women are attracted to men who have a certain a charisma, a certain grace about them. Men that are gentlemen. Usually they really like gentlemen. But what I've noticed also is Libra women are very attracted to men who are very masculine because a lot of Libra women are very feminine and they are really turned on by that high masculine, high feminine kind of combination there. They like to have a masculine energy to play off on their very feminine energy, you know, because Libra women love to feel feminine. Libra men are, from what I've noticed, they're very attracted to, you know, girls that are physically beautiful, girls that are well-mannered, girls that are agreeable and easy to get along with, that kind of thing, you know. And also another way to attract Libra is be well-spoken and educated. Libras typically are very intelligent because they are an air sign, and air represents your mind. It's about the mental. Air signs are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and these signs are very intellectual. They crave intellectual stimulation, and they also crave communication. It's an air sign thing. It's all about talking and thinking. So for Libras, Aquarius, and Gemini, they all need communication. So Libras won't want to have sex with you if they feel that they can't communicate with you. They need to kind of be able to feel that there's something in your mind that is valuable. Libras are admired the most amongst all zodiac signs. Okay, I would say that Libras are desired the most. They're desired romantically and sexually. Okay, usually Libra people are very popular, very charming. They're typically very physically beautiful, very friendly. They're typically social butterflies. They can be the life of the party, or they can be that chill, you know, relaxed mediator that everybody just thinks is so beautiful and so cool. You know, Libras are very charismatic, and they're typically, even when they're not doing the most, which typically Libras are not going to be doing the most, they're typically going to be just chilling out, you know, having a cool conversation with somebody, but they're still going to be admired and people are still going to want to date them. But the thing about this is that sometimes it can be hard to tell if a Libra is interested in you, especially sexually. It's going to be really hard to tell if a Libra wants to have sex with you or if a Libra is interested in you romantically, because Libras can be sometimes indecisive and they don't really know if they want to do anything with you sexually or romantically, okay? Libras can be hard to read sometimes. They have really good poker faces, you know? Also, when it comes to Libras and love and romance and sex, Libras are always looking for a partner. You know, whether they want to admit it or not, they're always looking for love. And they find themselves disappointed because they have such high standards for love and they feel that they really only have one special soulmate. Okay. And it takes them a while to find the right one. When they do find the right one, they're full of bliss and euphoria and happiness. I've noticed that a lot of Libras become depressed when they are not in a relationship, especially when they're not in a fulfilling relationship, because relationships are very important to Libra people. Libras, they're run by relationships. These are extremely relationship oriented people, and when they're not romantically involved or sexually involved or somehow intimate with another person, it makes them depressed and it makes them feel incomplete. Typically, people who have Libra in their chart, they typically feel incomplete without another person, and they feel that if they're always single, that they're doing something wrong. Love is at the center of a Libra's universe. Libras know how to seduce and charm you. So if a Libra wants to get you in bed, they know exactly how to do it. They know exactly what to say. They know what to wear. They're all about good scents. They know what scents smell nice. They know what clothes look good. They're really good at sweet talking. These are just very charismatic gods and goddesses, okay? They exude a sense of divinity and a sense of divine royalty about them. Libras are always taken, okay? Like, it's hard to catch a Libra single, you know? Like, when does that ever happen? Because everybody wants a Libra, and Libra always wants to be in a relationship. So Libras are hardly ever taken. So it may be kind of hard to even get in the bed with the Libra unless you're their partner. Okay, I got my notes right here, so I'll be looking down. During sex, Libras love to please their partner, and they love to be pleased. Libras are all about pleasure and satisfaction, okay? They can't live their life without having some type of pleasure. So these people are very much into entertainment, art, theater, music. You know, these people are very creative, artistically colorful type of people. They're usually very bubbly personalities. They're attracted to bright colors and a larger than life type of lifestyle, okay? So, you know, they're all about pleasure when it comes to sex. They want to please you. They want to make sure that you're getting all the satisfaction that you crave during sex, okay? And during sex, they're very gentle. Libras are romantics, like deep romantics at heart. They can be hopeless romantics. During sex, they like to have the environment just right. Candlelit dinners and stuff like that is all Libra. Before you want to get in a bed with them, take them to the opera or something like that, or you know, a play or a Broadway show. That's totally Libra. Libra is all about the dramatic arts, you know, which I can attest to this. Having Libra moon, I'm very drawn to, you know, theater and acting, because, you know, I do acting comedy skits on my channel. And so that will definitely entice a Libra. If you talk about movies and TV shows, you know, a lot of Libras will secretly want to act. When it comes to sex, don't be too rough and too aggressive. Just be a little bit of that, you know, a little bit of rough, a little bit aggressive, but then pull back and be gentle, and then be rough again, and then be gentle. Do some play, like a playful nibble, or playful little slap here and there, not too aggressive, not like, you know, like I'll beat you. Like, Libras don't like that. They prefer for you to, you know, just a slight back and forth intensity played with sensuality, okay? So nibble, bite, you know, pull back a little bit of aggression, a little bit of like pulling, hair pulling, or, you know, like light choking, you know, something like that, and then let up. Don't like impose yourself on them, okay? That makes them very uncomfortable, okay? They're the opposite of Aries, and Aries is the sign of extremes. So Libra doesn't really like extremes during sex, like Aries. Aries wants the whole complete rough, like, you know, like crazy, wild, you know, sweaty sex. But Libras prefer for it to be more romantic and more just heaven-like. When you have sex with a Libra, they're a mixture of dirty and heavenly. You know, they're kind of, they have this duality energy to them, where they can be a mixture of freaky and classy during sex. Like, There can be a mixture of the dirtiest sex mixed with the glorious, most heavenly sex. They're a mixture of the demon and the angel, naughty and sweet. And also praise Libras during sex. Compliment them. Tell them how beautiful they are. They can sometimes be reflection obsessed, okay? They can be obsessed with how they look. They could be obsessed with the physical state of their body. They like to go to the gym a lot. They always want to stay fit. So tell them how beautiful they are. Tell your Libra man how hunky and muscular and fit he is, and tell your Libra woman how beautiful her eyes are. Okay, they can appear very innocent, but they are no stranger to sometimes being dominant, though. Don't get it twisted. Libras can come off as very submissive, and there's this reputation that Libras are very submissive and that they don't really want to take control. But this is not always the case. Libras, they are not afraid to be dominant. That's the truth about it. Libras, they just want to have a mixture of both submissive and dominant. They like to switch roles and go back and forth during sex and in the relationship. Okay, so Libras, I met a lot of Libras who love to debate, because Libras do like to come out on top. They do like to prove you wrong. They have no problem doing that. Libras are not as shy and as reserved as people may think they are. They can be, but Libras can be very strong-minded. Libras are very strong-minded, and I feel like that's one stereotype of Libras, is that they're kind of weak and spineless. It's just a stereotype. Libras really are not like that. The honest truth is that Libras are very strong-minded. They just are good at coming off like they're really soft and innocent, okay? But these people have a sharp mind, and they can cut you with their mind because they're very bright people. And also during sex, Libras are fond of the idea of becoming one. They really don't want to have sex unless they can join with another person and become one entity. They prefer equality during sex. They prefer equal roles. They switch back and forth. Like 1 minute they're submissive and you're dominant, and then they switch, and then they're dominant and you're submissive. Like Libras is just all about this opposite play. Like Libras are kind of opposites within themselves. And the reason why I know this is because I have a Libra moon, and your moon sign is your hidden self. It's the secret self. It's the self that you don't really show to the world. And I have a Libra moon. So I definitely have experienced this mirror aspect that is Libra. Libras it's all about a mirror. They reflect things of their partner in themselves. So sometimes Libras, when they're romantic with somebody or when they're in love with somebody, they can start to act like their partner. They can start to dress and think like their partner. Sometimes they can get their identity mixed up with their partner, okay? Because Libras they are kind of chameleons, and they can kind of seep in the relationship and kind of become their partner, because they are all about becoming one. So they can kind of become their partner a little bit, and sometimes even in their environment they start to become like their friends, because Libras can also be easily influenced. Okay, but back to the sex topic. These people can also intuitively sense what you may want during sex. Man, Libras are really good in bed. Like, I have to say this, I have had sexual relations. I feel like such a dork saying I've had sexual relations, but I've had sexual relations with one Libra guy, and we had some amazing chemistry. It was crazy, and it's probably because I have a Libra moon and I'm a Taurus sun, and Venus, the planet Venus, rules Libra and Taurus, so we have similar energies there. But Libras are really good in bed. Like, they know how to, like, I'm gonna get a little dirty, I'm gonna get a little explicit, but they know how to do oral sex. Like, they know how to, as a woman, a Libra man, they know how to eat a girl out, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're really good at that, because Libras are all about the mouth and communication, much like Gemini. Geminis and Libras have that in common. They're really good at oral sex. They're really good at giving, and they would love to receive as well, but they really love to give, and they're really good at giving oral sex. Also, they're really good kissers. They're very soft, gentle kissers. They're never too over the top when they kiss. There's like gentle lip biting and stuff like that. Nothing too overpowering. Just being romantic and sexual with a Libra, it can just be heavenly. It really can. It's like you're just taking a trip to heaven real quick, and then when it's over, you coming right back down to earth. Okay. So yeah, I was feeling good making this video because I just love the Libra energy. It's just very I mean, honestly, everybody loves Libras, so like I don't even need to go into what I love about Libras, honestly, because it's like it's obvious. You know, y'all are charismatic, y'all are easygoing, you know, outgoing, usually very extroverted, and you make a lot of people feel welcome, and that's very attractive. So Libras, they never have a problem getting, you know, somebody in their bed. Okay, I have no idea what I'm gonna title this. Sex with a Libra. I always have a little slogan or whatever you call it, one sentence that describes sex with the sign. I guess I'll have to figure that out. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to Sydney Island's YouTube channel. It's Sydney Island. Your homegirl stay shining. Bye bye, y'all.